Hey Sagittarius, it's Evelyn from Twin Flames 3344. Take a breath. Okay, this is Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising, as well as the feminine's Moon and the masculine's, the feminine's Mars and the masculine's Venus. And this is for, well, today is July 12th, 2020, and this is for the second half of July. So now through the second half of July. And I've already pre-shuffled. I'm just going to shuffle a few more times. So for everybody watching, for the best and highest good of all those concerned, what do we need to know? What do we need to learn for Sagittarius? Sagittarius. So for everybody, let's clear all negative energies across all dimensions of time, space, matter, and realities for the highest good of all those concerned, and fill that empty space with only beautiful divine love and diamond crystalline light. And so it is. Transmute, transform, transcend, and clear and fill. And so it is. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, Sag, one more. Sagittarius for the second half of July 2020. Sagittarius, Sagittarius. Second half of July 2020, Sagittarius, Sagittarius. That's it. A very gentle drop. All right. First card out is the Eight of Swords. Why are you feeling imprisoned, Sagittarius? The challenge is the Ten of Pentacles reversed. So may be some kind of loss of money or family issues, business. The foundation is the world. So there's some kind of completing of the cycle there. Or Pisces person, the recent past is the Five of Pentacles reversed. So perhaps recovering from something you went through, perhaps in exile, or you had some kind of injury or illness you were dealing with. And currently is the Empress reversed. Your now moment. And then what's coming up for you is the Fool. Open heart, free to take a leap of faith. And how do you see yourself, Sag? We have the Tower. So you see yourself as the Tower. So you may be exploding, erupting, being dramatic. And that can have to do with sex as well. Completing a cycle, though, could be like somebody could be getting kicked out of the house, and it may be actually a very freeing thing for somebody. And around you, or how others might see you, is the Nine of Wands reverse, which is the surrender, which is actually good for me. The blocks that you need to clear or work on is the Six of Wands reverse. This can be feeling like a failure, or someone who's really needy for attention, or it can be doing things under the radar and being a little sneaky. And then where do we end up? For Sagittarius, we have the Four of Pentacles. This could be holding on, being more practical right now, more moderate with the financial restrictions right now. Holding on to what you got. And I do a little bit of a hangman thing here. So what is the connecting thing to whatever's left hanging in limbo at the end of the read? So the connection is the Lovers. So there definitely could be some sex going on here. And what's the hanging in limbo part here? The Six of Cups reversed. So it could be some kind of negative past or childhood, or on the outs with a best friend or a soulmate. This also could be children who are giving you difficulties right now. And you'll get another card, and it may be more than one depending on that card. And then the bottom of the deck is the Five of Swords reversed, and we're going to give you a little bit of backstory about that as well. So let's see what's going on here. With the King of Swords, and got your balls up in the air, juggling, trying to keep your eye on the ball in a higher vibration. There's a little bit of Scorpio energy here, only let's see what's going on here. We have the Knight of Wands reversed here, and that's like that player energy. Well, I'm going to pull that one up too, because it's still reversed here. because you got the devil under here too. So there's definitely player energy regarding sex here. We got the devil. Then we got the Knight of Wands reverse, which is known as the player, right? The one night stand card. Then we have somebody suffering in silence chronically. We have the Ten of Cups, unhappy family or emotional cycle has ended and it's just done. This could be implementing a plan or strategizing, like I said, to keep your balls up in the air, keeping your eye focused on the higher vibration, the rainbow, perhaps juggling two people. The King of Swords here, he's upright, he's in his truth, and this is about ending the war and dealing with the post-war cleanup, the PTSD, the looting issues, all that kind of stuff that comes up after the war. And that can be with infection issues too, right? All right, so we're going to start clarifying, but let's see, we have the Knight of Wands reversed too. Besides being a player energy, it can also be just someone who has good intentions but falls short on energy, so they can't finish what they thought they'd be able to promise you. It also could be someone just holding back their true desires altogether, and so they're just hurting themselves. And there's someone definitely suffering there. There's an end of a family or emotional cycle of unhappiness. Somebody's definitely trying to implement some kind of new plan after the war is done. The King of Swords is upright, which is good, and he's juggling the rainbow. So it's someone coming out of the war, perhaps changing who they are, being in their truth, coming more into their authenticity here. And the recent past is recovering, whether it's exile, injury, destitution, illness, whatever it is, or somebody around you has been. And then you come through a complete cycle on the foundation. Then we come up to the center, which is feeling like you're in prison or actually being imprisoned. No matter what the prison is, it has to do with anxiety and fear. And then the challenge being loss of money, family, business, family, business, community, whatever it is. You're worried about losing it, or the challenge is making a big purchase that you need to do. Maybe you're scared to make this big purchase. And then we have the Empress reversed on top there, crowning. And she may be an elder who's sick, or if it's someone who's not sick or had a miscarriage or something like that, it's someone who's, really rough to deal with. You don't want to have to deal with them, like a mother, boss, whoever it is, aunt, grandmother. So let's start clarifying. Why do we have the Five of Swords reversed? Five of Swords reversed. Nine of Cups reversed, which is unhappiness or lack of satisfaction and walking away from something that you've worked very hard on for a long time, perhaps. And there's that family. They're all three cups. You got the 8, 9, and 10. This is a family cycle that is done, kaput. It is done. There's no going back now. It looks like it's been worked on for a long, long time. And then we have the recent past, which is the Five of Pentacles reversed. Five of Pentacles reversed. So what were we recovering from? Someone who feels like they have no options. Somebody who's bored with all the options they've been given, the choices they've been given. Maybe they don't see any good in anything new that's coming their way, or they're not even seeing what's right in front of their nose. And this is someone who feels insecure or lost their tools or doesn't have the tools to deal with their situation, and perhaps needs to start over in business or has a child who needs to go back to school. All right, so some kind of recovery there in a practical way, whether it's money or just practical day-to-day stuff that needs to, get back in order again after, dealing with COVID for the past few months. Then we have the World upright in the foundation. Why is that for Sagittarius? We have the Queen of Swords upright, speaking her truth. And so she could be speaking like I am on YouTube, so that could be considered around the world. And there's the world again. So she's talking about the world, or she's talking about the sealed divine feminine, or she's talking about the female who marches to the drum, to the beat of her own drum, does her own thing. This also could be someone who's drowned in a pool, and there's a report on the news about that. Or just sunbathing, and somebody's caught sunbathing in the nude. All right, but there's a disconnect here too. This could be at a distance from someone you don't want to be at a distance from, or just feeling disconnected from yourself and talking about that in the spiritual community, that can come up as well. Sometimes the energies are very connected and you can meditate and really connect, and other times you then all of a sudden feel thrown back into the 3D and you feel totally disconnected. So it can be as simple as something like that as well. But here's another woman here, the Queen of Wands reversed. So there's definitely a disconnect between the Queen of Swords upright and the Queen of Wands reversed. So it could definitely be Pisces energy. We have two worlds there. We could even have two Pisces. But it looks like we have the King of Swords upright over here and the Queen of Swords here, so it looks like a couple, or they could be brother and sister as well. And then here's this Queen of Wands reverse is on the outs from her. So why do we have the Eight of Swords in the middle? Well, there could be an issue at home. This could be issues with the actual home. This could be the need to move or deal with your home in a negative way, or this could be end of a marriage, or visiting somebody else's house, or the end of a big party that was planned, right? Because you still can't have it. So you might have had something planned for a long time and you can't do it. And this is suffering and silence about it. You definitely might have Scorpio in you or dealing with a Scorpio, because Scorpio got several of these cards as well. This could be work. You could have a difficult boss at work here. The workplace seems fine, but it's dealing with this person. Or this person's sick at work, so all of a sudden you got stuck with all the work. So it could be a couple different scenarios there. The challenge is the Ten of Pentacles there, reversed. So dealing with family, business, or community loss, whether it's dysfunction within that entity, or it's financial loss, or actually loss of a person. All right, so we have the Three of Cups, and then the Four of Swords. So this is about coming together, socializing, having a good time. This is joy. But this also could be someone you're connecting with etherically in the 5D. This definitely could be like a twin flame or deep soulmate connection here. Coming together with someone in the 5D here. Or coming together at a funeral service and meeting up with old friends. That could be as well. Like you could have lost a family member and you're having a celebration of life, or you're coming together at the funeral with friends and being strong, taming the beast, and ready to move on here. And this can be in work or just offering your work elsewhere. All right, so why do we have the Empress reversed? So if someone passed away, it could have been the Empress reversed here. So why do we have the Empress reversed here? And again, here's grieving. So with someone not grieving, she may have passed, and there was a funeral service. It could also just be someone trying to get rest while others are partying in the house and you can't get rid of each other because you're stuck in the house all the time. But this is grieving, loss, regret, shame, guilt, not letting go of the past. This Empress reversed. So she could just be grieving, and someone's trying to offer love, but they're ignoring it. Somebody's been working really hard to offer love to this person and they're not seeing it. They got their back turned. It's not working. And this is someone who's not going to try anymore because they're getting mad because they're not even looking. They're so busy feeling sorry for themselves, they don't see the offer of love right behind them. It could be needing to offer yourself more love as well for this Empress reversed, if that's you or someone else around you. Why do we have the Fool there coming up for you? We have the Fool as looking back. Again, someone who's living in the past. Looking back, going back, maybe keep going back to the same person, but that's done now. This is a family cycle that's completely over. But this is the Fool freeing themselves from the past, no longer looking back, going back, or living in the past. You know, after this fight was fought, and this is someone who has a bit arrogant there about winning the battle. But this also could be you just winning over the past, your own battle with the past. And then now here's the Queen of Cups, which can be you or can be someone else around you. But either way, this is someone who's free at last. Someone's perhaps offering this person help to free themselves. And we do have post-war energy here as well. So why do you see yourself as the Tower here? Sagittarius, what are you up to? Well, we have the Hierophant. So that could be a marriage coming down because we have the family card over there, okay? This is any kind of traditional commitment, whether it's marriage, religion, establishment. It could be a religious leader or another leader. It can be a boys' club, right? Anything that's very patriarchal and traditional. So that's coming up. This also is Taurus, and we have Scorpio here. So you definitely can be dealing with Scorpio energy. And Taurus here, this is standing up for yourself to others. People might be coming against you or coming against the Taurus. And there we have the King of Cups, which definitely could be Scorpio. King of Cups definitely came up in Scorpio's read. So there could be an explosion between Scorpio and Taurus. So you could have Scorpio or Taurus in your energy, so whichever one fits with you. It looks like Taurus is standing up to the King of Cups, feeling like they're pushing them. The King of Cups being a Scorpio energy, but that's coming up as your energy. So you could be Scorpio Sag, or that's just a Scorpio who just gets in your energy. They get up all in it, right? So this could be someone insisting on sex too, and someone doesn't want to. They're saying no. And this is around Sagittarius, or how you might be seen by others as surrendering, like giving up. Like if someone pushes you enough, they know you're going to give in, because they just do. So we have the Sagittarius energy coming up for you over here. So this is that patient angel taking one step at a time, right? This is a higher love, surrendering to a higher love. They don't want to have just the quick fix of sex. They want the real thing now. This is somebody being more moderate, saving, grounding, holding on, keeping to themselves, right? Being more practical. Because they want a higher love. The Sagittarius is changing their tune. This is like, the King of Swords is straightening out his act. He wants to become his authentic self. He wants a higher love. He doesn't just want sex. He wants a true relationship here, or a true connection with his self, his God, his source, whatever energy he connects to. So the blocks that you have are the Six of Wands. Again, can be needing attention, or can be doing things under the radar, being sneaky. Also feeling like a failure, which then can spur all that type of behavior on. So why is that coming up for Sagittarius? Or there's the Death card, more Scorpio. So a death of someone you know could have spurred this energy on, or just there's a big transition that's happening under the radar. Or after you failed, you're allowing the changes to happen, because you know now that things have to change. So you're allowing the changes to happen. This can be Scorpio as well. You may be coming into the link here. You may have been juggling with two people. One might be a Scorpio, or perhaps going into partnership with Scorpio. This can be dark night of the soul as well, and trying to keep up appearances, especially at night. It's difficult when the devil waves hello. So you may be trying to give up addictions, and just getting attention may be one of your addictions here. Okay, so why do we have the Four of Pentacles here at the end? Holding on, which you've gotten a couple times already. This is the third time, I think. We only have 2 decks, though. Where did I see that before? You have the Knight of Cups. This is being love. This is holding on, being practical, grounding, saving, and offering your love, or someone's offering love to you. It's a Knight of Cups offering love to the King of Wands reversed. And this came up on Scorpio. As the Page of Wands was upright and he was reversed. And the Queen of Wands is reversed here too. So this is somebody offering love to the King of Wands. This could be Scorpio offering love to Sagittarius, who may be sick or tired, or sick and tired of their offers. That could be as well. The King of Wands is coming up as frustrated or blocked, or blocking their sex. They don't want to have sex. This is somebody who's offering love because they want sex, and Scorpio may be deciding that's not what they want. They want a higher love. But this could actually be that higher love. I don't know what the situation is exactly, but that's what's coming up here. There's definitely lovers here, holding on to a lover from the past, perhaps. Maybe you're rejecting you might be rejecting the Empress reversed over here because of this lover in the past that you might want to reconcile with, but you have issues with them. So why do we have the lovers there for Sagittarius? Again, there's that higher love of the star, the healer, the dreamer. Okay, the being the star, being famous if you want to be famous. But there's a big affection here from the past here, whether it's your children or a past love that you want to reconcile with. This is huge power right here. It's the sun and the stars to you. It's everything. You see they're both naked too. You want to bear all. And again, it can be your kids, but it looks like the Lover's card can be the affection for your kids. So it can be your children, really wanting to connect with your children, perhaps after a divorce, since the family ending here, or this is a new love that you want to pursue and bare your soul to. This is coming out after over-isolating or feeling like you're going crazy, or dealing with an elder who's going crazy, who has dementia or Alzheimer's, something like that. But it's like exposing all, not being afraid to shine your light anymore, and coming out about it. So why the Six of Cups reverse? Is that children, or is that, it can be different for different people, but is it children, or this is a love relationship? Can you give us more clarity on that? This is very interesting, because this Page of Wands in Scorpio's read was in front of this King of Wands reversed, like that, instead of that Knight of Cups. So this definitely could be two kids. If this is the Page of Wands and then the Knight of Cups, they could be two kids who are trying to make him feel better, the King of Wands reversed. But again, this can be just passion of two people trying to come together. Again, the King of Wands could be ignoring one love offer because they want something else, who's imprisoned right now, or maybe it's their hostage. And there's the Knight of Wands reversed, someone who's holding back their desires. Or this again, that could be the player, or someone who had good intentions and fell short. But this person's now inspired by this situation. So we'll have to see how that works out. So that could be kids or lovers for sure. This is about somebody coming clean, getting clean, or cleaning up their act, or cleaning up the house. Sanitizing, right, for infection, desanitizing, or sanitizing rather. And then there's the Page of Cups reversed, and that came up in Scorpio too, but it was upright. And that can be a kid who needs to come clean, or someone whose act's spoiled. It can be an adult or a child. This could be a baby who cries, a crybaby type situation. It can be someone who's very vulnerable and shy and feeling rejected, or it can be someone spoiled and entitled, you know, like a spoiled brat type of energy. So perhaps coming clean about having to deal with this type of energy in the family that you've disconnected from. Or maybe just feeling like you were like the oddball of the family, what's the term? I'm blanking out on it. Well, whatever. It's like you're the oddball of the family, so coming clean about your issues, perhaps wanting to talk with why you felt trapped, or why there was a hands tied type situation between the Page of Wands and the Knight of Wands reversed. But now somebody's free. And the Emperor, they both came up for Scorpio too. You're definitely tied to Scorpio somehow. This is freeing yourself from the Emperor, or freeing yourself or someone else around you from being the Emperor, or these are two separate people. And this person's free, and the Emperor just thinks, yeah, whatever, you're crazy, right? All right, so let's see what else was coming up here for you guys. You have the Magician reversed, insecurities, loss of tools, manipulation. Okay, it's about a connection from the past and praying that the dark birds go away. You're down on your knees praying. You lost these three, but you're not seeing the two that are sitting there waiting for you right behind you because you're so focused on what you lost. So it's letting go of that. This is somebody stubborn, refusing to move or work, on strike. This could be disabled or not being able to go back to work because you don't have a job right now because it's not open. So perhaps praying for things to change. And then we have the Ace of Wands reverse, which is sexual frustration, creative frustrations, right? Blocks, an inability to conceive or conceptualize something. Or perhaps having issues in performance, like, you know, not being able to get it up, impotence, that kind of stuff. And it could be the person you're with too. And again, it seems though you want to change yourself and not be who you were. This is about being love, offering love. This is the Knight of Cups rushing in and not doing it sexually. This is somebody wanting to do it from a higher place of love as opposed to from a sexual start. And then we have the Queen of Swords upright. So if you're masculine, you could be rushing into the Queen of Swords, or you could be a feminine rushing into the Queen of Swords. There's more masculine energy coming up on the energy there. There's definitely some sexual charge here for sure. So we're going to clarify these last cards. Why do we have the Magician reversed? All right, the worst is over and the bliss is yet to come. Maybe you're not sure you have the tools to deal with this. Feeling left out in the cold, injured. And there we have the High Priestess and the Justice card. That can be Pisces or Virgo type energy, and this then Libra over here. So perhaps two people who left each other out in the cold or both left out in the cold together, who are praying for help, for work. Perhaps have dumped all their responsibilities, dumped a load, dumped your burdens, or this is confession as well. Or somebody could have fallen over hurting their back. All right, somebody was knowing but keeping things to themselves, not telling, and now they're confessing. Or confessing that they weren't telling, and now they're offering a new life, money, time, and energy perhaps. Why is there, if someone's offering to make up for an imbalance, an inequity, a debt or scam, somebody done wrong. So whether that's you or the other person, and then why is there the Ace of Wands reversed here? Frustration about not getting along with someone you're really close to from the past, whether it's kids or a lover. All right, there's some kind of split or a lie or a need to get cut through the BS, like need clarity in the situation. There needs to be truth. And that was coming up in Scorpio's thing too, where they wanted to trade the whole truth for love, to receive love. And then the Knight of Cups here is upright, rushing in for love to the Queen of Swords. All right, this is somebody who needs to hold their tongue and not say the wrong thing, not lash out. The King of Pentacles reversed, may have lost money and status, or just ungrounded. Because of this energy coming in, might have been some harsh truths that came at him and ungrounded him, and now making a bold move in surrender. Maybe surrendering, leading the way, coming in with good news, on a quest to dump all emotional attachments that no longer serve them, and announce in the aftermath of all this craziness and awakening to the truth of heartbreak and separation, and the King of Swords reversed, without being able to find peace, implementing a plan or strategizing to be single or to go after this person who has everything except for someone to share it with. All right, so the bottom of the deck, so going into this read, it's all about a breakup with the Queen of Pentacles reversed, and perhaps the word got out before you were ready to pass the word, so it might have gotten out that there's a split here with someone, but it looks like you have somebody else in mind. You didn't want them to know before you had a chance to talk to them. All right, Sagittarius, so 2811, which is the Two of Wands, choosing a new path or twin flame energy, and 11 is the Justice, truth and balance. So from the energy deck, what is the advice for Sagittarius? What is the advice for Sagittarius? Let's see what signs that you have here just from the major arcana. You have Taurus, you have Pisces, you have Aries and Scorpio, you have Gemini, and then towards the end there's some reverse Gemini and Virgo perhaps that came out there. So let's see. So for Sagittarius, what is your advice? Okay, Magician in the Mirror. This is somebody like, this is that Tom Cruise moment from Risky Business where he used to look at himself in the mirror. But that's what happened in his real life too. Like that, I think one of the interviews he was saying how he had a talk with his mom and it made him really look in the mirror. And that's what I'm getting, this kind of energy here. Like waking up in the middle of the night to discover who he really is. 53 is the Knight of Swords. Rushing in with the truth, but it's reversed there. So holding their tongue or lashing out. And you could be waking somebody up in the middle of the night or vice versa. And someone's saying, what? What'd I do? What'd I do now? Deceit. What'd I do now? Father and son energy. And the movie I watched last night, the father was going to let the son go to prison for his illegal business stuff. So it could be related to that kind of energy. Hostilities, the kid, the Page of Wands. There's definitely aggression here coming out with the Knight of Wands and the Page of Wands energy and the Knight of Swords. That's like a fight right there. You don't have a fight without the Knight of Wands and the Knight of Swords. And you got the Page of Swords in there too. There's definitely a fight there. And that could be this really right here. This could be 3 generations. This could be 3 generations of all the same personality. Okay? What'd I do? Well, you taught us to be like this. What the heck? And then you have somebody graduating, the feminine energy. She doesn't look happy at all, even though she's got it all. 41 is the Ace of Cups. It's love. It's self-love, spiritual love, new love. And crowning achievement here, the crown open. But she looks like she's not sure where she wants to go. Like, I have all this, but now what? Like, no one's going to help me figure it out. So there's definitely some frustrations coming up there. The bottom of the deck is Angel of Love. Okay, so there is somebody loving here, whether it's your own heart or someone around you, maybe who you're not recognizing that can help you, who's the right one who you should allow to love you. 49 is the 9 of Cups. This is someone who's is self-fulfilled, emotionally fulfilled. She's loving herself and she's happy. And behind her, this also can be this child energy graduating, and this could be the father supporting the child and very proud of them. Okay. Okay, let's see numerology deck for you guys, and we'll do a Romance Angels, and that'll be it. Trying to not make these so long. All right, so for Sagittarius, what is the advice here from the numerology deck? Their takeaway? Okay, well, those two just fell right out. All right, spiritual career, 78, which is that 10 of Pentacles, which you're having family issues with. And then parenting and suffering in silence with the 63, and that was coming up for Scorpio. You guys are definitely intertwined there. There's definitely spiritual career things coming up for you, but a new one, like you need to start over, is the Page of Pentacles, and also dealing with parenting stuff at the same time. So it's just like a transition time right now. It's fine. You'll be, and here we have self-discipline, which is just following your own guidance and not looking outside yourself for answers, that you have it inside yourself. You just need to meditate or connect with your higher self. Again, we have the 41, self-love, spiritual love, new love, which is really nice to have that number twice. Then we have Romance Angels. Romance Angels. So both you and Scorpio, because Scorpio was like suffering in silence in the middle of the deck, in the middle of the read, and you have the imprisonment card in the middle of the read. So it's really, in essence, the same energy. It's the 8 and 9 of Swords. And they had the 7 of Swords, though. You don't have the 7 of Swords in your read. They're doing some sneaky shit. Or someone around them is doing something sneaky. And then Sagittarius is trying to change their ways. Like they're closing a chapter in their life. So it's a little bit different, but the same. So, you know, you could have Sag and Scorpio in your chart. Okay, let's see here. Sagittarius. For love. What is Sagittarius' guidance for love? Okay, soulmate. Yes, this is your soulmate. You got honeymoon, enjoy the bliss of holiday time together, and you had the bliss card, the 10 of Swords reversed for me is bliss. Was that there for you, or just Scorpio? No, you had it too. And then we have separation, time apart from your partners on the horizon. So again, there's leaving one situation to go into another, and release your ex. Okay, there may be some religious factors going on, because you have that coming up next too. And that doesn't have to be religion. It can be any major differences between you. And then the bottom of the deck is forgiving and learning. As you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moments. It's about healing what you're leaving and going into something new. But you definitely look like you're trying to reinvent yourself or coming back to who you authentically are. All right. I hope that's helpful for you guys. Have an amazing day. Make sure you drink your water, get your rest, your joy, and your nature. And it was just 3434. Rise and be love, you guys. Bye.